Well, it's time for lesson 6, in which I'm going to go into a very fertile area of Shotcut called filters. There's a lot of filters. A lot of other applications would call these tools or effects, but they all kind of seem to be concentrated under one heading within Shotcut called filters. I'm going to try to show you most of them, not all by any means. By default, when you first open up your filters screen, the ones that you have designated as your favorites will show up first. And those are all to be identified with the little bright colored star to the left. But there are other filters. For example, here are the video filters, and here are the audio filters. Now you'll notice very few of these audio filters do I have starred. I don't use that many audio effects, but I do use a few of the video effects. And all of the ones that I have chosen as my favorites, I consider to be the ones that are the most useful. Therefore, the ones that I use the most routinely. But I will try to show you most of them. I've selected a sequence of clips to give you an idea of what I'm working with. Now let's take a look at them in the playlist and I can show you directly. The owl obviously is a little short motion picture. Cheese plate. And I've got a short video of a crow taking a bath. Another still image of some jam, which I'm using mainly for color. I have a Zuni design. What I'm going to try to do is show you the main effects, then how they are used and what they do. I'll try to make sense of them for you. One thing I will tell you, in order to use these filters and see what they're like and experiment with them, you need to not only have your little I-beam in the segment, but you also have to have it selected, meaning there's a little red square around it. Wherever you're going to apply whatever filters you're going to put on this, it will show in that particular panel, such as this. Now you notice here it says 3D text. This is actually one of the more powerful tools, but it does have some significant limitations to it. For example, there are only 5 possible fonts that you can use with it, and they're all kind of the same. They don't really seem to have much difference to them. I generally just use the default one that it comes up with, which is the Liberation Sans. I just leave that. If I do mess with this at all, obviously it's with the color, but you do have some controls over it. So number one, you can adjust the size. Now you can also use your mouse wheel. If you hover over it and use your mouse wheel, you can change the values, or you can just click with your mouse and in there. So there's a couple of different ways you can adjust all of these values. And obviously, one of the ones you want to mess with is the vertical. In this image, I'm just talking about this image. A little bit on the size, a little bit on the horizontal. And if I want to put something in there, go back up here and change this text line. This is an owl. Now, the way that I can move that is only with these. There's no handles, there's no grab and go, so you just have to move it with your control bars down here. Now you do have some colors you can change. Whoops. You can change the color. This is always a good one for just showing something bright. And that's pretty much it. Oh, by the way, this bold and beveled, I'll just leave these be because it looks tacky without them. See, there's the plain without the bold. The bold looks quite a bit better. And the same thing on the beveled. You get more of a 3D effect with the beveled on. That, in a nutshell, is the 3D text tool. Going back to the menu of all of the various filters, this seems like a good time to just go over the ones that I'm not going to cover. I'm not going to do any attempts to explain this alpha channel in any of it, nor the audio waveform visualizations in any way. There's a few others going down the list. The chroma key, the circular frame HTML, what they call key spill, LUT, masks and overlays. I'm not going into those. There's one here that apparently is called the Ruteterizer. I'm not going to try to explain that one. And nor the ever popular Unpre-Multiply Alpha, which is another one that I think is just pretty kind of, nope, not me. Okay. Now also there are some audio filters here. I'm not even going to begin to cover any of those today, perhaps another time. There's only a few of them that I really use, but I'm going to be sticking with the video ones for tonight, see how far I can get. So that pretty well just covers the ones that I'm not going to cover. So let's start talking about the ones that I will cover.